Welcome back to the channel. We are once again in Instruments of Destruction, which has released another update to how shockwaves work that makes them even more amazing. Now, to demonstrate this, for the sake of consistency, I'm going to be using my OP shockwave hammer, which was specifically designed to test out the shockwaves. So now we can see a side-by-side difference of how the updates have affected the shockwave. So here was the first update that brought shockwaves to the game. This is what the hammer looked like back then. All right, here it goes. Oh, I am definitely closer to the buildings this time, though. And then the second video I made about shockwaves, this is what the shockwaves looked like. Here we go. I'm gonna look at the buildings now. Oh, what? This building got completely demolished. And now, once again, another update has come to shockwaves, and I didn't think shockwaves could get any more satisfying, but let's let the OP hammer demonstrate what happened to shockwaves now. And I'm zooming out here for a reason. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. So, yeah, the hammer might be still a little bit OP, and the shockwaves are now insane. The biggest thing with these shockwaves now is that they actually emanate out in a sphere from where the impact was. Before, it was just kind of like as soon as you hit the ground, there was just instant damage to things within a certain range. But now it is actually a shockwave sphere like you would expect. So of course, I want to build a new shockwave inducing machine. And the plan that I have is to have like kind of a robot that has 2 chain wrecking balls and is just gonna slam the wrecking balls down on chains. I'm hoping it's going to be something that I can dial in to be more realistic and not quite as just world-destroying as my OP hammer. But before we get to that, of course, we have to do what we just did, but in super slow-mo. All right, here we go. 10% speed. Let's see what the shockwave feels like. Oh, just instantly the ground does some weird stuff, but now you can actually see. You can see just the sphere. Oh, look at the skeletons of the buildings. Look at this building over here. It's so satisfying. It's way more satisfying in slow-mo. Just the amount of debris. Can I see I can still see the shockwave when I zoom out. I can't see the shockwave from the inside though, it appears, which is interesting. Hold on, I want to explore that a little bit further. Let's put the speed back up. Oh boy, all right now, okay, the speed actually introduced camera shake. Look at the water. The water's, oh, the hammer's still freaking out. That's why there's camera shake. It's still a bit in the ground there. Yeah, the controls on this hammer, they freak out a little bit. All right, hold on, let's refresh. Oh, whoops. I think we have a leftover shockwave happening. All right, let me go back into slow-mo here. I actually want to observe the outside of the sphere now. Here we go. All right, here it comes. I'm gonna zoom out. This is as far as it's gonna let me zoom out right now. So there goes the sphere. This is so interesting. But it looks like... Oh, the sphere's hitting the camera like right now. Yep, it just went through the camera. You can see like the haze go away as soon as it hits the camera. But yeah, it looks like you can't see the sphere from the inside. You know what? I forgot. I actually wanted to test that a little bit closer. If I'm inside the sphere... Oh yeah, huh. It looks like the sphere doesn't actually have any graphic rendering. Oh my goodness. The inside of the sphere doesn't render anything. I mean, I could call it a sphere. It's, oh, whoa. Well, that was also a little bit unexpected. This is so cool. All right, there's too much fun to be had with that. What are you doing? This building, I tell you, this is the weakest building. This building, I don't know what's going on. I'm in build mode right now. Aren't I? Aren't I in build? Yeah, I'm in build mode right now. I didn't think that was possible. Build mode is supposed to restore everything and reset the buildings. There we go. Somehow I managed to destroy the world. I think this hammer may have actually broken the game or something. The world can't survive. Okay, are we good? Are we all good? Everything good? We're gonna stay intact? Okay, I think we're good. So like I said, the idea is going to be just a wrecking ball chain. It's like a wrecking ball flail, pretty much. I want to try to make it so I can be a little bit more selective with my destruction and not just end the world instantly. Although maybe we can adjust the settings to end the world instantly after. Oh man, this is so nice. I just realized now that we have the drag to select things, you can actually separate pieces, because before, if anything was attached, they would automatically become fused as one part, and in order to separate them, you would have to like build and then detach, and now these parts would be separated. But a recent update added the ability to multi-select, and now that also allows you to just kind of move each individual part wherever you want. And if I want to select these two parts, oh, this is so good. That's going to make building so much easier. All right, but I'm going to try to build a relatively basic robot. This is going to be the torso, and then we're going to go out. It's just going to be like a torso on tank tracks. I think that's the best way to do a bot here. And I'll probably have, oh, let's turn mirror mode back on. All right, how big are the giant tank treads again? Okay, that's not that bad. All right, I think this is gonna be a good foundation. We got some good speed here. I love how easy it is just to build a tank. Like, you just put some tank tracks down, they're already pre-programmed, it's great. All right, but the key to any machine that's gonna be generating shockwaves of this magnitude, we need to have it be able to attach itself to the ground, especially since I'm gonna be swinging some really heavy weights around. So we'll put attachers in the front and in the back. And it looks like by default they are queued. Do these attach me to the ground? Perfect. So now the legs of this robot are essentially done. Now it's time to build the torso, which I think I gotta build it up a little bit farther. Oh, by the way, we have some new logic parts actually in this update as well. There is a proximity sensor, and if you turn debug draw on, you can actually see the impacts of it. So this is the fall off start of the proximity sensor, and then you can set the max distance. So anything within this range, oh, and angle? Oh, so there's the front of the proximity sensor. You can set an angle to go 90 degrees in front of it. So basically, if you have a proximity sensor, you can set it to either detect or emit. And if it's an emitter, then that means a detector will detect when that emitter gets within that proximity range. So you can use that for your vehicles in some way. There's also a leveling sensor. And with debug draw on here, I think this works to try to keep your vehicle level with the ground. So you can have it activate for pitch, for roll, or a combo of both. And this one I'm not quite understanding as much how it works, but I'm sure some playing around with it, I'd eventually figure it out. And then you have an output modifier. The purpose of this is to enable you to smooth out output. So you can have like fade in times and fade out times for when your inputs activate, basically at the attack speed and release of your inputs if you're a music person. So yeah, it definitely takes some playing around to figure out exactly how they function, but I think that's the idea. All right, anyway, back to building this thing. I got the shoulders now. So actually, I'm gonna overdrive my shoulders. We're gonna need a lot of shoulder strength for this one. Power swivel, we're gonna keep it regular strength for now. We're gonna slowly ramp up the strength on these just so we can see the impacts as they get greater and greater. Or at least I hope that's how it's going to work. All right, shoulder joints appear to work as intended. I mean, it might be a good, oh wait, there's another new part too, the flex arc. Let me see how this thing works. Wait, what? This is not at all, whoops. This is not at all attaching like I thought it would attach. Oh, interesting. Okay, side, whoa. Material override? I don't even know what that means. Standard, rough, tires. What? You can make these out of tire material? Oh. Are we implying that we can, what's sticky? Sharp, slippery, bouncy too? What are these materials? All right, that's gonna require some exploration in another video. I don't know what the material override is all about. I'm curious about that at some point though. But this is a different video. We gotta stay focused here. Wait, does everything have a material override? No. This one has a material override. Why do all of these frames, does this one? Huh? I'm so confused. I don't know why some of these things have material override and some seem to not. All right, well, anyway, I'm gonna start attaching these chain links now. How far do we want these chains to go? That might be a little bit too much for what we're dealing with right now. I might need to add more arm. We need more solid beam in order to get a good swing out of these things. But let's just see what this thing feels like for now. Yeah, this is probably just gonna wrap up the chain and not do much of anything. But let's see. All right, yeah. Well, actually, it depends on the speed. Oh, Okay, also, yeah, these chains aren't long enough, or the arms aren't long enough. All right, there's a couple of things I need to be careful of here that I'm realizing. I need the chain to be long enough that these balls are gonna land at a satisfying distance away from me, slamming into the ground, but I also need the arms to be long enough, but not too long, so they can get a decent amount of leverage on the chain, but not get too close to the ground. So that's kind of like the balancing act I'm struggling with right now. So, like right there, I don't think I have enough leverage, or I don't think I have enough distance. Well, that's actually not too bad. Looking at it right now. This actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, but I think the chains need to be longer because where they settle down right now, they start to come back before they hit the ground. I mean, it makes sense just because of the height of the horizontal, but I do think that adding more length of chain is just going to make it overall better. However, adding too much chain, I just realized, it's another balancing act, because adding too much chain gives me less leverage over the chain. So let's see how this compares. Yeah, see, that's the less leverage I was worried about. If I just make the solid part a little bit longer. Oh, there we go. I think I've got this at a stage that I'm happy with as far as the swing goes. So let's see now. Attach myself to the ground, and here we are. Can we make a shockwave? That's perfect. That is like, that's exactly what I was envisioning. It's already so good. Okay, there's a lack of symmetry, unfortunately, with the arms here. I need like a reset, a way to like reset these somehow. Yeah, ideally they should start out in front of me, and then I should swing them back, and then that gives them the momentum they need. Oh, look at it go. If I just hold down the button, and remember, this is strength 1. We could go 6 times stronger than this at least. Yeah, just holding down the button kind of gives it almost a perfect swing. This turned out to be way better than I expected. All right, let's start ramping it up. I want to add a little bit more aesthetics to this. I'm not gonna make this thing look amazing just because I'm not that great of a builder aesthetically in this game yet. I focus more on the concepts than the aesthetics right now. All right, there we go. It's kind of pathetic, but I don't know. Is it an improvement on aesthetics? I put a cog on the chest because, you know, branding. This is the ScrapMan channel, so. All right, well, anyway, we've got to start changing the strength of this thing. Let's just double the strength real quick. We'll go from 1 to 2, and we'll see what kind of difference that makes. Actually, let's just stay right where we are right now. See if we can start causing. Okay, there's a difference. There is definitely a difference. The chains actually appear to be a potential bigger source of weakness. Okay, let's select all of the chains. I know that there's a button to select all of a certain part. Shift T. Okay, so Shift T. I'm going to do reinforce on these chains, and I guess, does strength make them less likely to do the glitchy thing? Let's find out. All right, here we go. It seems like a promising start, but I'm not too sure. All right, let's get closer. I don't think our shockwaves are spanning that much distance yet. All right, here we go. Let's bring the balls out in front. Perfect. And that felt kind of weak. This is actually feeling a little, I think the chain, that one looks a little bit stronger. I think the chain's glitching out. Ooh, that was a strong one. The chain glitching might actually be hurting us. Oh, yeah. Ooh, okay. All right. Is the chain the best option for this? I mean, the chains look so cool. I was really hoping that they would stay solid. But here, let's do an experiment and replace the chain with cable. I think cable is the strongest of the ropes, the rope options. So attach strength all the way up, stability all the way up. This stuff, I don't know yet. I don't really know how that'll affect things. All right, let's do a quick test. Oh, that looks weird. Those cables look really strong though. Let's see how this feels. Oh. Okay. All right. These are way more stable. These are actually way more stable than chains. Holy cow, okay. All right, let's bring this a little bit closer now. They don't have these satisfying, they're not as flexible, which is less satisfying in a way. All right, well, here we go. Bring them out in front. Okay, hold on. There should be a stronger shockwave. There we go, now we're making some progress. I think I can make these even longer with how stiff these are. Yeah, let's push this a little bit farther now. You know what, if I give this thing more nodes, I think it might be more flexible. Yeah, look at that difference. Oh, that's fascinating. I'm actually really surprised you can see the physics impact while we're in build mode. All right, let's put nodes. Oh, this might be glitching stuff out a little bit more, but let's put this kind of node spacing here. Do I have enough leverage for this? Not as much. This is not as easy, actually. I made them too long, I think. All right, let me try this again. That's so hard to control. All right, I need to make my arms slightly bigger. All right, I think I really need to lessen the node spacing on these. The rope is too flexible now. All right, is this gonna work? Oh, I barely almost touched the ground there. This is hard. It's not easy to control flexible objects like this. Here we go. All right, that looked like it had potential. Let's try that a little bit closer. Ah, this is too hard. I think I made the ropes too long. All right, is this more manageable? Where did the wrecking ball go? There it goes. I forgot to readjust these cable settings now that I've put them a little bit shorter. All right, here we go. All right, this is looking a little bit more natural. No, that was definitely an improvement. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's test this out a little bit more, and then we're gonna ramp it up. I think I found a good length to like rope to arm ratio. I think I found a good ratio now. All right, that was nothing. That was a little bit more. All right, I need a good starting point. The best starting point is with them straight out in front of you, and it's hard to get them there, though. Here, get out there in front. No, here, come back. This is the ideal starting point. You ready? That should have been better. That should have been way better. I don't know what happened there. Let's try again. There we go. Ugh, we're only on strength 2. Let's double it. Doubling it, I think we could make things worse, actually. All right, let's do it from the starting point here, because this is ideal. Here we go. Okay, yep, see, the speed of the arms, if they get ahead of the rotation of the rope, it actually does worse. Like, you can just see the effects of it. Whoa, that was super cool, though. The particle effects of the rope sliding across the ground is actually really nice. Wait, is that water? No, I'm hitting the water underneath. That's what's going on. That's actually pretty cool, though. All right, but we got bigger things to worry about. The problem is, I think I got a little bit too close. Let me just pull that out of there real quick. All right, there we go. This should be a good distance. I don't think I can go much stronger. Oh, it went through the ground. They're going through the ground. I think I've made it too strong. Oh, and that one fell off. That was so cool. Having the debris fall into a shockwave like that was amazing. Oh, and there goes our weapon. All right, let's go all the way up to max power now. I'll bump up the torque too. I don't think that's really gonna matter. It's not like we're really fighting these at all. But now let's see what happens. This is probably gonna be worse. It's just not. There it goes. The ropes cannot handle this. I can't. It's impossible to control. That was a good one. Yeah, I think I've made it too strong. It's too strong for its own good. I can get a couple good shockwaves here and there, and it's still pretty satisfying. And it's broken. I'm basically gonna, this will essentially turn it into the hammer again, but it's just gonna show the difference in like the amount of energy you can get out of this thing. I'm just going to use a flex beam now. We're gonna use a heavy flex beam at that. So now these are just gonna be straight up solid. I probably shouldn't have used the heavy flex beam. All right, you ready for this? I'm just getting ready for the shockwave here. All right, this is probably gonna destroy the map, but I'm here for it. 3, 2, 1. Actually, that is way weaker than I was expecting. Compared to the hammer, like the hammer destroyed the entire map. This, on the other hand, it glitches through the ground. It's like, how does the hammer not glitch through the ground? There we go. There we go. Now we've destroyed the map. Oh, you know what? Let's lower the torque. Maybe the torque is why I'm so glitchy through the ground. All right. That's the secret. The torque was too high for its own good. The ground wasn't enough resistance for that amount of torque. But now that the torque is lower, it actually successfully stops them before they hit the ground. You know what? Even though this has the same effect as the hammer, this feels so much more epic because there's like this anthropomorphic being here, so it looks like it's just a person causing all of this destruction. Hulk smash! Wow, this building actually kind of survived that. All right, this is kind of ridiculous, but I want to get close enough to actually touch one of the buildings and see what happens here. All right, ready? That's weird, because this hit the ground like normal, but this didn't. And somehow it prevented any shockwave from forming? There was an aftershock. It's so interesting, like you'll never know what's gonna happen with this game sometimes. Oh, that was a big shockwave. Yep. Just based on the speed of it, it does seem like the speed is correlated with the strength, the speed of the shockwave dispersion. Like those, what you can see, they go slow. Like that one's going pretty slow. That one went a little bit faster. And then that one went so much faster. And that definitely correlates with how strong it's going to be. That's pretty cool. All right, but if I'm being honest, even though it's not quite as good as a shockwave producing machine, this version to me is the most epic in my opinion. Just the chain adds that aesthetic to it that just you can't beat that aesthetic, even though unfortunately we cannot swing these enough to destroy the whole world. Just seeing the chains swing these things, that's epicness in and of itself. And that is still, I don't like when that happens, but it's still satisfying, at least when the chains stay together. Oh, like that. Okay, I only have it on like 1.5. I wasn't expecting that amount of destruction for this one. That is so cool. Yeah, this game just keeps getting more and more satisfying. I just wanted to take another dive into the new Shockwaves because I didn't regret any other Shockwave video, that's for sure. And it seems like you guys enjoy them. So if you guys did enjoy it, let me know if you want to see some more stuff in Instruments of Destruction. What other stuff should I explore? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find on the end screen right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.